Storm11 here. Today we'll be taking a look at your severe weather update from right now to into the middle of next week. Now let's go ahead and get started. What we got going on right now here is a radar. We've got storms starting to fire up in Nebraska and Kansas. No storms yet down in Texas. We're going to have to watch that area closely. As well. Well, not really. It's really just a large hail threat down to Texas, but up to the north. I do agree with their forecasting here. I'm probably expecting your best chance of tornadoes for portions of Nebraska and South Dakota, where it's near the low. You got some more shear to deal with. There is a slight risk going into portions of the Appalachian Mountains and the Mid-Atlantic. Expect some damaging winds, some hail. Tornado threat will be on the low end side. Now, here's a closer look at their updated outlook here. As you can see here, their tornado threat stays pretty much in Nebraska. I don't think we won't see too much of a tornado threat in Texas. Your damaging wind threat, though, is there for both areas. It's also hatched up in Nebraska, since we could see a squall line develop. Same thing, very similar situation in Texas, and pretty much basically the same thing for your large hail threat. Day 2, we got an enhanced risk for portions of Texas, Louisiana, Oklahoma, Arkansas, and Missouri. Your main threat looks to be damaging winds, maybe even has some hail, even for potential for a couple tornadoes. Your large hail threat really sticks behind the system for portions of Kansas, Oklahoma, and Texas. Really, in this 30% area, it's really some large hail, but it's not going to be that large, though. Damaging winds definitely there. We can see a pretty well organized squall line. We can even have maybe potential tornadoes going along with that squall line. And there's Mo in the background too. So here we go, looking into day 3. We got a marginal risk stretching from Mississippi all the way up into Michigan and the Great Lakes, along with a slight risk stretching from Michigan back down to portions of the Midwest. Now, I do disagree with their forecasting here because on the recent model run I've seen, K-values are very low up into the north. My suggestion is that the slight risk can either be pushed down south or just be kind of cut off, because right now my thinking is that the best chance of severe weather right now is just going to be like portions of Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, back down into Tennessee. And over in Texas, there's also an area of a marginal risk. Never really seeing anything significant from this just yet. Day 4, we got an enhanced risk for portions of Oklahoma and Texas, with a slight risk surrounding stretching into Kansas. Now, this looks like it to be a pretty big day. Just want you guys to know. If you got an enhanced risk at day 5, like it was yesterday, you're all going to have to watch this pretty closely if you live in the enhanced risk area. You can have supercells that can produce damaging winds, very large hail, maybe even for a few tornadoes out there. Some of those could be strong. And day 5, it expands eastward. It's pretty much the same thing like it was yesterday. It just pretty much covers the whole state of Missouri and Arkansas, with a good portion of Illinois and Iowa. And then beyond that, it's predictably too low on day 6 through 8. Now, let's go to the models here. So here's the GFS with the supercell composite. It's giving a little bit of a higher risk down in Oklahoma. for later tonight, but I think we could see a better chance of that to the north. See, it's giving an 8 for tonight. So let's take a look to the forecast ending of that. We do have some wind shear going on in this area. Your equinox is pretty high. The sounding analog system got some pretty good matches with supercell and severe hail. K values nearing 3K. Got shear at 36. Potential hazard type is a tornado. Now let's go ahead and continue into really the next day. The GFS suggesting the severe weather threat will be a little bit more to the north. We got an enhanced risk area for a good chunk of eastern Oklahoma. Got even an area in Arkansas, in Louisiana, and a little bit in Kansas. Let's take a look at the forecast sounding in Oklahoma. And not looking great at all. The supercell is capsized high, but we got plenty of shear going on in the atmosphere. Your equinox is fairly low. The cap is there, so I don't think that area will see much of any severe weather. But if we could go down into where severe weather is prone to be a little bit more likely from the SPC, it is better, but we do not have that much shear to deal with. Here, as you can see here, it's pretty stable, have a directional wind here, and it's also not that strong. Your equinox pretty high. Potential hazard type is a tornado. Your shear is at 26. Cape is 3,100. So that's a lot. Push us off to the east. You got potential slight risk coming from, let's see, Michigan back down into portions of Kentucky. Let's take a look. 104 knots. Pretty strong winds going on with that. And nothing. Shear is very low. See, this is what I'm talking about. Cape is extremely low as well with a 31. Your equinox not that high. Wind speed definitely not there. It's extremely low, so fairly calm. That's why I really don't disagree. But what happens if we get a little bit more to the south? It actually looks 3 times better. We got some strong winds. Got a little bit of shear going on in the atmosphere. 2,600 Cape. Your equinox at 12 kilometers. Potential hazard type tornado. That's a better view of it. Let's go to the next day. Wow. Here's Monday. Seems like the threat wants to take it a little bit further to the east. We got a 12 in Oklahoma. So pretty high of a threat. PDS tornado. Giving a potential hazard type. We got pretty strong winds. Equinox very high. About 14 kilometers. K values 3,400. That's a lot. Shear 34. No doubt about a PDS tornado potential there. Then it starts to push off to the east. Here is Tuesday. It's giving a little bit of a different perspective. Let's take a look into central Indiana. I think they'll probably push this a little bit eastward. How about that? PDS tornado again. Got some strong shear. K value at 3,000. Equinox pretty high. Shear at 29. Pretty good forecasting. About as good as over in eastern Oklahoma. Let's go down a little bit down to the road. Let's go into Arkansas with a 7. A little bit lower of a risk. Unfortunately, the cap is there. Well, down to 40. It's good news. The cap is there. So not really looking at a severe weather potential there for Arkansas, which is a good thing. Seems like your special severe weather is looking to be in portions of the Ohio Valley and the Midwest, and not so much for these states down here. So I think we'll see SPC to push this eastward quite a bit. Let's make this continue. Looks like we got a little bit of a risk into the Rockies. Not the Rockies. The Appalachian Mountains into Pennsylvania. Let's take a look into that. It's all in one direction. Probably not going to see a tornado. Your equinox is pretty high. Your Cape's actually nearing 4,000. I'll say your main threats stemming to winds and some hail to go along with that. Not much of a tornado threat, but I think the mountains can give away some rotation, though. For sure. Let's go to a little bit further into ingredients here. So here's Saturday. Got some pretty high values like Shreveport at 2,700. We kind of already look at, well, we could take a look to the others. Cape and shear values a little bit higher around Oklahoma City. Wind shear, however, it's also high around Oklahoma City. Lifting index definitely there can give a large hail threat. Your helicity is actually a little bit higher around Tulsa and Shreveport. Let's go to your Sunday. Kind of pushes up into near the Ohio Valley and Midwest. Got some pretty good helicity values. Let's go back up the board. Lifting index, not bad, but it's enough for severe weather. Wind shear, got quite a bit. Your Cape shear, a little bit low, but it's a little bit higher in Michigan. But see, your K values are a little bit lower up this way. Well, it's kind of strange because the forecast ending here showed 31. Well, isn't that something? See, it's a little bit higher in western Kentucky with 2,400 for Evansville and Paducah. Let's go to Monday. Time to go back this way. Here comes the big day. So got pretty high Cape values. Your Cape and shear got pretty high out in eastern Oklahoma. Wind shear very high to the north. That's going to be a problem. Your lifting index a little bit high. And your helicity is extremely high, actually. So really, your best chance of tornado seems like it's pushed eastward. So for areas in the enhanced risk over here, it looks like you're good just from the GFS perspective. It's really Dallas, Tulsa, and Oklahoma City to watch for severe weather on Monday. Let's go into Tuesday. The front kind of starts to stall out a little bit. We got some pretty high helicity values. It's pretty widespread. That's going to be an issue. Your lifting index a little bit high. Your wind shear is high. Well, not high, medium. We can look at pretty decent Cape shear values in Indiana and Kentucky, Illinois, and Missouri. Cape, fairly high for in Illinois, Kentucky, and Indiana, and even Tennessee as well. So Tuesday, it's looking to be for these states. So it seems like what the GFS predicting is that the system will be moving a little bit quicker. I actually want to see some severe weather. I haven't got nothing this year, so it's pretty unusual. Looking to Wednesday here, the front kind of starts to stall out some. You see, there's a pretty high K values going along here. Starts becoming a stationary front for a couple days and starts to push up to the north as a new system develops. Oklahoma City getting the highest value. Your wind shear starting to move away. Lifting index definitely there, and helicity moves away. So Wednesday, it's a little bit of a lower threat, but what I've seen, there is some uncertainties with that. So this is all I got for you guys today. Hopefully you enjoy this severe weather update. I'll have 2 videos coming out sometime, maybe it's probably going to be in the middle of the night tonight. Got some awesome photos, video of a thunderstorm. It's a powerhouse of a storm that came right through over my house. Pretty good footage I've got there. I was able to get quite a few lightning strikes, even though most of them you can't see the lightning strike, but you can see the lighting. So yeah, I've sent those pictures on Twitter and Discord. So if you like this video, hit the like button. If you really like my channel, hit the subscribe button and hit that bell notification so you never miss an upload. If you got a question, go ahead and put it in the comment section down below. I'll answer them, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Goodbye.